Hello everybody, Dokkan here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. We gotta continue on pumping up the videos before we actually get the celebration started. So we got the new Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, or Blue Goku plus Blue Vegeta. We're gonna talk about their details since, man, that looks so hot. That looks so hot. We're gonna talk about their details real quick, and you know, their banners are gonna come out tonight, and you know, I want to get things rolling before that time comes down. So, Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, or Blue Goku plus Blue Vegeta, were revealed last night. They look very, very insane. Of course, the animations look pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk about their details real quick. I will do a separate video talking about the details for Samasu. By the time this video goes up, you guys have the Should You Summon video up as well. There's so much stuff to cover. So we got Super ECAs as well that are going to be coming out. It's a lot, bro. All right. So these guys, the only bad thing about this is a troll. So they have Future Saga or Fused Fighters, category K +3, HP 200%, attack and defense plus 170%. And an additional HP, attack and defense plus 50% for characters who belong to the Bond, Apparent, and Child or Final Trump card categories. Now, I say this as a troll. I can't talk. I say this is a troll because fuse fighters, and the only ways that these guys are going to be fusing is during Goku's is active. So that feels like a spit on the face, I know, but you know. At least more buffs for fuse fighters. That's also very, very nice. So let's go ahead and talk about these guys. Let's check their super attack effect first. So they greatly raise attack. So this, I'm assuming this is a 50% raise in attack, and then a 30% raise in defense for the turn. Causes colossal damage to the enemy and then lowers attack. And then for the 18 key, they greatly raise attack, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Raises allies' defense by 60% for one turn. Now, these guys don't get a raise in defense on their 18 key, which is very unfortunate. I'm assuming that these guys are going to be insane defensively during their passive and stuff like that. This is the only thing that I'm scared of. Of course, these guys are going to do a lot more damage, which is what Dokkan has been focusing on during this year 2025. Just so that they can do as much damage as possible. And that's completely fine by me. They can go ahead and try to do that, so long as the unit is good defensively, right? So let's check their passive, and then we'll cap it off with checking out their active skill. Well, at least on Goku's side, we'll have to check Vegeta's side as well. So he gets attack and defense plus 200%, and then we're also getting 2 key per key sphere obtained. Not too shabby here, so that way these guys can be able to super attack rather easily. Per super class ally or Future Saga category ally on the team. I'm assuming most of these guys are going to be pretty good considering the categories that we have linked up over here. Depending on which has more members. So we're getting attack and defense plus 50% up to 150%. This can be done with 3 characters. And then chance of evading enemies' attack and damage reduction plus 20% up to 60%. Which means that they're going to be looking pretty good so long as they have a full super class team or a full Future Saga team, which I'm assuming most of the people are going to be running that, considering that this is what the celebration is going to be based on, right? Now the same kind of issue as well. Well, not same kind of issue. Same kind of topic. Keeping on with the super class setup and or Future Saga category allies. So when all allies attacking the same turn, should be better when I read it right, are super class characters, or when there is another Future Saga category ally attacking the same turn. So it only has to be one Future Saga category ally. He tosses an additional super attack, which is good. Gets a chance of evading enemies' attack plus 20%, and then we're getting an additional 10% damage reduction. So we're looking at 70% damage reduction, and we're looking at 80% chance to dodge, which seems pretty good. Now, I'll come to this point once we get the active skill, which is going to be very important to discuss this. Most of these fights disable dodge, which is one of the particularities that everybody has been majorly focusing on, just so that they can bring some legitimately good units to avoid themselves getting killed. But you know, dodge or die can be a factor in here. So the damage reduction is very good, 80% damage reduction, so long as the defenses are pretty high as well, which again, you get 150% attack and defense here, and then of course 200% attack and defense, which is not bad. And we haven't read everything from this unit, so when activating the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more key, we're getting 200% attack. Wish there was some defense in there, but that's fine. And then attacks are effective against all types. Now, I understand the method of getting more attack power in here, again, because of these absurdly, ridiculously tanky fights. You will want to get rid of the fights rather quickly, and this is one of the main points of that. Then, of course, when receiving an attack, we're getting defense plus 180%. I'm a little bit salty. Why couldn't this be 200% defense? But that's fine. Then, starting from the 4th turn from the start of the battle, we can meet up with blue Vegeta, and we can be able to perform the reversible exchange there. So before we move on to Vegeta, let's go ahead and check the active skill, which of course is Vegeto, popping in the Potara counter attack. Both Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta are gonna fuse. It can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of the battle once only, be it before or after reversible exchange. Again, you do have to be careful with this, because you can only do one or the other. You can't do both of the active skills from the perspective of one unit, or of the same unit, right? Then the effect raises attack by 300%, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Then we're getting attack and defense plus 20%, and can nullify attacks that are guaranteed to hit, making it possible to evade these attacks in battle. Now, we don't get any extra chances of dodging here, but considering the fact that he will nullify dodge canceling turns, I'm assuming. This doesn't specify, well, it says in battle. So I'm assuming if the Potara skill is activated, it's just for him. I don't know if it's for the turn either. So that is pretty tricky. I do want to see this, because it doesn't elaborate if it's just in battle or just for the turn. It says in battle, so I'm assuming that after you use this active skill, it says can nullify attacks that are guaranteed to hit. So I'm assuming he can nullify that effect where he just disables dodges and can be used for any particular turn. I would like to see that in game. It's a little bit more confusing, but I'm assuming it is the way that it is, right? It just disables the attack that are guaranteed to hit. So we'll see this a little bit more once we get the units. So all right, now we float over to Vegeta here. As you guys can see, both of them kind of link up. That's funny. That's not the one that I wanted, right? Let me refresh the page real quick. Yeah, there you go. We love it. They link up pretty well with one another, as it seems here. I really wanted this guy to get to his Super ECA during the celebration. Don't get me wrong, Chad. It would have been a little bit more plausible for them to do that, but it's fine. So as you guys can see, they link pretty well with themselves. They had 29 teams. Look at these categories. That's the benefit of the reversible exchange. That's one of the things that they're experimenting on. So don't jump the gun too quick as to why they don't fuse, right? So can perform the reversible exchange with Blue Goku. You got Ki plus 7 and attack and defense plus 200%. Yeah, okay, that animation looks pretty good. I like that. They get a 30% chance, no, not 30, 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge. They get 40% damage reduction, and then he gets Ki plus 3 and 80% attack and defense for the character and allies whose name includes Trunks. I was also really hopeful. We only got details for Super ECAs. Now this can still happen, where these guys can get their ECAs during the celebration. I am really hoping for it. because again, they link pretty well together. That could be another unit to add into the team. So, and of course, providing that extra support to Vegeta and Trunks, which will be pretty helpful. I'm assuming the resurgence of the physical Carnival Super Saiyan Trunks, which is not here. He can be added into the team still. It will be like a nice little setup for him just being in the team. We'll see. As the third attacker in the turn, he gets attack plus 150% and performs a critical hit. So he's gonna guarantee crit as the third attacker in the turn. Okay. It'll be much more plausible to just keep him on slot 3. I don't know. At least on Vegeta's side. Goku's side, of course, you will want to not do that. I love the sped up motion. But yeah, the Goku doesn't want you to be on slot 3. Because, of course, you got the damage reduction. I mean, you can put these guys anywhere, I'm assuming. So, that's not bad. Let's go back here. Dude, why are you doing this? Yeah, there you go. When attacking with 18 or more ki, he gets 250% attack and defense. Now, this is a pretty substantial raise there. And then he tosses an additional super attack, which is good. I love to see guaranteed supers. Thank you, game. I like that. And then, of course, when activating the active skill or when attacking with 20 or more ki, he gets defense plus 150%, and we're tossing in an additional super attack. So he is at least guaranteed to do 4. Well, not guaranteed to do 4. Guaranteed to do at least 3 supers, and then of course there's the hidden potential system additional if you do manage to pull some dupes for these characters, which again, they have their special equipment that you guys can be able to get if you're able to get them duped up, right? So there's 12 ki. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy, and lowers defense. Goku lowers attack as well, which is something to keep an eye out for. And then the 18 ki massively raises attack and raises defense. So there's a 100% raise in attack. I'm assuming this is 20 or 30% raise in defense. For the turn, causes magical loss of damage to the enemy. And then of course they have an active skill, which is of course with Trunks. The Father-Son Gallic Gun massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. He then guards all attacks, which by the way, this is good. Guards and then damage reduction. Very effective. Then future Saga category allies, his attack and defense plus 15%. So additional support for future Saga category allies. And then extra defense as well. An additional defense plus 10% for characters who also belong to the Bond of Parent and Child category for 4 turns. Pretty good support, at least for 4 turns. That's going to be very good. And then, of course, that's with Vegeta. So you get to decide whichever, depending on the situation, right? I will consider the same format as the 10th year anniversary characters when they came out. Just think of it as whatever your situation may be during the fight. Let's say you're going up against Jiren. And you want to get that extra support to the allies, you can be able to definitely get a kick out of this. Use the active skill for Vegeta and then just swap over to Goku, and then vice versa. Do the active skill with Goku and then swap over to Vegeta if in any case you want to do a little bit more damage. I'm considering that because I'm thinking Vegeta might have the most damage, don't he? Yeah, the little glitch where everything's sped up. Yeah, 200% attack and defense, and he gets 150% attack and defense if this is procced. 200 and then 180%. Well, this is defense. Yeah, Vegeta might be the damage dealer. Meanwhile, Goku is going to be a bit more defensive. So you have options. You can either use Goku's active skill to get the nullification for attacks that are guaranteed to hit. And then just proceed to do the extra damage with Vegeta once you swap over to him and have him do all the extra damage that he can do, right? That's what I'm thinking. You can either do either or. you know, you can use this active skill, provide that extra support to future Saga and bottom power child category allies, and then swap over to Goku. Now you won't be able to get the chance of dodging the nullification of this because you won't use Goku's active skill. But yeah, it's a little bit of a resource management, I feel, with reversible exchange units. That's the prerogative that they want to go for with that. So that's the capability, right? That's the beauty of reversible exchange units. So they seem pretty good. I'm hopeful that the community is not angry just because of this. I'm pretty sure everybody's freaking angry. That's just going to be my devotion of point here. Everybody is just going to be super angry that these guys are not fusing at all. Blah, 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 right? So, yeah, man. I'm excited to see these guys a little bit more in game. I want to see this in action. Just to see if it just deletes the whole enemies are guaranteed to hit effect on these bosses and you're just able to dodge. That would be pretty helpful for some of these units that are just only dodge or die related. I'm also looking at these guys. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be featured on the banner. And we can be able to possibly tag them alongside the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, the new one. We'll see how they go. We'll see how they roll, things like that. But I mean, yeah, I like these guys a lot. They seem pretty. They seem pretty good. And of course, they're gonna show up on this banner right here. I don't understand the Champa being brought in here, but I'm assuming they're trying to integrate these units. Like, there's Beerus from the 10th year anniversary, and now Champa's here. So we'll see how these guys will fare up against these tough battles that we got in post 10th year anniversary. I know that I've seen some footage, like the thumbnails with all the big numbers from DBZ World, and maybe Truth might have posted some stuff as well. I don't want to see too much of it because I really want to, like, not go super crazy with spoiling myself. I do want to see. I want to see it for myself. I want to see how these guys look, and maybe be particularly excited for what's to come down, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So, do I like Goku's side more than Vegeta? Yes, because I'm looking more into the defensive aspect of things rather than offensively. But I'm excited to see both of these guys. I'm excited to test them out. We'll see how both of these guys roll here. And again, hopeful for that Vegeta and Trunks CCA so they can link up pretty well together, as we see here. Yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the Goku and Vegeta. Of course, I'll do a separate video talking about the Goku Black and Zamasu, seeing how good they are. Pretty interesting that both of them are STR. They've never done that, where both of the headliners are the same typing. So very curious to see why or how they will work. But yeah, we'll talk about Zamasu and Goku Black in the next video. So yeah, let me know your excitement levels. Let me know what you guys think about these guys. I see them, and they have the toolkits. They have the capabilities to possibly contend with some of the content that we have available. They have a ton of categories. That's insane to look at. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, check the links down below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.